All right, Paden, tell us a story. Tell us what's going on. All right. If that's what you're asking for, that's what I'm going to give to you. Median sold value, and the way that I calculated this was median sold value for every month in 2024, and then I took all those averages, and it came at $501,000, effectively saying that in 2022 was $503,000. So if you bought a home in 2022, you probably haven't lost any value in your home, but you haven't gained any most likely either, with a small dip in 2023 at $482,000. So it's been level the last 3 years. Why is this strange? Why is this interesting? Interest rates have more than doubled in the last 2 years. And on top of that, the amount of homes sold, 37,943. If you exclude 2023, which was 35,506, these are the lowest numbers that we've seen in home sales since 2014, where they were $37,000 and $35,000 between 13 and 14 respectively. So the amount of homes being sold are similar levels to 10 years ago, and yet home prices have went from 204,000 or 213,000 in 2014 all the way to $502,000 in 2024. I need you to understand how crazy this is. Effectively, home values have went up by $289,000 in the last 10 years for an increase of 135%. That investment, if you would have made it 10 years ago, would have made you 135%. It does not make sense that home values went up the way they did and they stayed that way. This is also interesting because mortgage interest rates are at 6.7%, which is the highest that we've seen them in more than a decade. So we got to go to a 30-year fixed rate. These are the average mortgage interest rates for the last, 50, 80 years or something like that. The last time we saw them all the way at 6.7% average was in 2001 and 2002. What does this mean? Why haven't home prices went down with rising interest rates and with decreasing demand? Next, we look at housing affordability. Basically, if it's below 1, houses are affordable. If it's above 1, houses are unaffordable. So if let's go to just 2001, September of 2001. At these same interest rates, housing was not affordable for the lower 25% of income earners, but was very affordable for the higher income earners in general, with a median of 0.91, showing that homes were medium affordable back then. The question goes to then, what about right now? What about October of 2024, the last one they have? You'll see that it's at 2.58, showing that it's wildly unrealistic for people in the lower income brackets to be able to afford a home right now. It's basically blowing them out of the water. But on the top 25% of income, it is still realistic for them to buy a house. It's still affordable for them to buy a house at 0.71%. So that's the theme of today. The people who are buying houses, the people who are still able to create demand, are those top earners, which are the same people that were doing it back in 2001 as well. All right, future Paden here. Let's finish up this video. Yes, 100%. It is the wealthier individuals that are still creating demand for homes currently at this time. They are a piece of it, absolutely, and it is still affordable for them. The next piece of it, though, is just the fact that people always have to buy and sell houses. A huge chunk of the people that I've bought and sold in the last couple of years have been divorces, have been parents passing away, have been people changing jobs, being forced to move. Real estate's one of the only industries where there will always be some form of demand because people have needs that involve them doing stuff. People dying, divorces, all that stuff. The next piece of it, so if there's always demand, if there's always the single level of demand, and on top of that, because of low interest rates, about a 10% of the market disappeared for the next 20 years, is what some analysts say. Don't take that to the grave, but that's a good guesstimate. About 10% of the market just disappeared because of the artificially deflated interest rates during the coronavirus. And you can see stuff like this. These are people that look at 3% interest rates and aren't giving it up unless life issues come up. Estate sales, divorces, job relocations. This is exactly what we're seeing. And so because supply is down by 10%, a huge chunk, and demand, as much as it's back to bare bones on only the people that are needing to buy and sell, It is those reasons that it's causing it to make it so prices just haven't went up or went down the way that people were expecting them to go. People were expecting housing to go to something crazy low here in the state of Utah, and it simply didn't. It went down by like 16% and it's back up 10%. And so it's just one of those things. The market didn't do what everybody was expecting it to do. Just to give you a couple more stats, just to give you an idea of what's been going on currently in 2024 for the housing market, the average list to sold value is at 97%. So if you listed your home at $100,000, the average for 2024 was that you were selling your home for 97%, which was the same as it was in 2023, and it was 2% less than it was in 2022. And back in 2021, it was all the way at 103%. But gives you perspective on people are expecting to make more money for their homes than they actually get. If you go all the way back to 2013, 2014, they had a similar list to sold value. It's just an indicator of it was a similar market back then. 2013-14 was the end of the recession for housing. It was about a 5-year span between like 2008 and 2013 or something like that. So this was the end of that span of the Great Recession. And you keep going forward 99, 99, 99, 98, 100%. So you saw these 5 years or so where the homes were selling pretty close to what they were being listed at. And we're all of a sudden going back into this market where things are a little bit more complicated. So that's the basics of what's going on. Home prices in the state of Utah really haven't went down as much as people were expecting them to go, especially with the interest rates being more than double what they used to be. And then on top of that, with demand going down substantially. But because supply has been artificially decreased, and also on top of that, because there will always be a base level of demand required of real estate, I believe, pure opinion, that that's a huge reason why real estate prices haven't went down the way people expected. If you're wanting to buy a house in 2025 and having a huge expectation that prices are going to plummet or that interest rates are going to plummet, it's not likely going to happen the way that you're expecting it to. Most people expect interest rates to go down to the low sixes this year. There's some people that are guessing they're going to go to 5.5. So those are your kind of realistic expectations, 5.5 to 6.25% this year. That's what a lot of the analysts are saying. Home prices, in my pure guesstimate assumption, because we've already been through all of these huge hurdles, and because we've already had the rising interest rates, because we've already accommodated the fact that we've got a 10% decrease in supply, there's no reason that it would go down this year unless there's a huge event that caused it. So home prices are probably going to go up this year. I really don't think they're going to go up 15 or 16%, and like they were doing back in 2021 and 2022 and stuff. But I do think that they're probably going to go up 2 to 5%. Is my pure real estate agent here in Utah's guesstimate opinion. But comment down below. How do you feel about this market? What did you feel about the 2024 market? Did it make you sick? Did it make you happy? Does it make you content? And let me know what you're thinking. Other than that, if you're buying or selling a house in the state of Utah or southeastern Idaho or southwestern Wyoming, let me know. I'm a real estate agent, and that's what provides me the money to be able to pay for stuff like this. Gives me the information to be able to provide this information in general, and just lets me do everything that I've been doing. Other than that, hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye now.